The headlines are coming and we're starting to see your bosses want you to come back to work.
Hello?
You have to come back.
The remote game is over. They do not want you to work remote anymore.
Awkward. So awkward.
I know a lot of you guys are really against going back to work, but it's looking like they're saying, hey, this remote thing, we did it during the pandemic, but the game is over. My name is Orlando and welcome to the channel, guys. Look, we're gonna jump into this. I remember I did a video maybe a month or two ago when I was telling you guys the remote work thing was coming to an end. We started seeing tech companies, Elon Musk, saying, if you don't come back to work, you're fired. And we're starting to see bigger and bigger companies come out and say, remote work is done. We want you to come back to work. And a lot of you guys in my comment section said, Orlando, I don't know what you're seeing. I don't know where you're getting this information from, but there is no remote work being canceled. And I was like, I just showed you Elon Musk, one of the biggest companies, telling people to come back to work. And a lot of you guys, I get it. You're in remote work yourself and you don't want it to come to an end. Scheduling and things that you have, spending more time with the family. Hey, I'm all about that, guys. I really am. I'm not against it, but we have to live in reality. The reality is these huge companies are now asking you to come back. And if you're trying to buy a house right now, do you think having a war with your company is going to do you any favors in stability of your job? Do you want your job to be on the line when you're trying to go through the loan process of buying a new home? And then you're putting yourself at risk. It doesn't really matter if you're currently trying to buy a house, if you're trying to sit on the sidelines. That does not matter if you don't have a job. You will break your employment and you won't be able to qualify for a job. So let's take a look at this, guys. I don't want to be long-winded on this subject, but it is so important that you know what's going on, especially with this economy. Bosses want workers back by Labor Day. Managers are eager to get back in the driver's seat, but employees still have plenty of leverage and they're not afraid to use it to keep working remotely. The Jacksonville, Florida bank, where Jackson 47 works, had pushed back its return to office plans many a times over the past 2 years, but now the day is fast approaching and Jackson is reluctant to trade her jeans and t-shirt for office attire, nor is she looking forward to being surrounded by people having grown used to the quiet of her apartment. Coming back on a hybrid schedule helps a little, but it still feels like a downgrade when she's been happier and more productive working from home. We all know how this works. Everybody wants to be able to do the things that they want to do it, how they want to do it, and then make money on top of that the way that they want to make it. And if working from remote helps you do that, and that's what you prefer, and that is your thing, of course you're going to fight to keep it. But here's the problem. Are you going to fight so much to where you lose your job?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That's what it sounds like a lot of these workers are doing, is they're saying to themselves, I'm willing to lose my job to fight to stay in remote work. Now, the question is, are you willing to lose your job to stay in remote work? Or will you be smart about this and decide, hey, all of these companies are calling people back from remote work. How about I figure out how I could stay in my job and maybe that is remote? But here's the thing, it may pay less. It may have a hybrid of remote work. So you have to understand the pros and cons of making that decision. And the problem is when it comes to trying to purchase a home, a gap in employment will hurt you in the application process, guys. You cannot go in and say, I made X amount of money for the last 2 years and then get fired from your job or quit your job and think that you still will be able to get a home. It does not work that way. You're shooting yourself in the foot if you believe that you can quit your job or become unemployed and still be able to quote unquote buy a home. And it does not matter if you've been pre-approved or not. The process of making sure that you are still employed by that employer happens all the way to the day that you close, guys. The day you close, there will be someone calling, doing verification the day before, day of you closing to make sure you still work there. You're signing documents that are saying, I am still employed. I am employed by this employer. So if you're gonna go in that direction and try to sign papers or thinking that you're going to get away with stating a lie, you're making a big mistake.
Yeah, I know, I heard that. That's corny.
Today's video is sponsored by Ekster, guys. Look at this wallet. Not only is it thin, lightweight, compared to my old wallet, look how thick this is. I love this wallet. Not only does it have the money band right here, not only that, if you push the button, look what pops up, your cards. But that's not the biggest reason why I love this wallet. I love it because it has a finder for your wallet. Anybody who knows me knows I lose my wallet all the time. And this will help you find exactly where your wallet is. It doesn't get any better than that, guys. With it being slim and lightweight, you can't beat it. When you're checking out, you type in the coupon code MINOR, and I got you guys a 25% off to get your new Ekster wallet. Now we're gonna hear from Jackson what she feels. I feel like I'm being punished, Jackson said. It's been working so well, and now you're making me go back when I'm doing the exact same job there that I've been doing from home. Now, where is Miss Jackson not seeing the bigger picture here? So let me kind of explain this. You have a company that spent millions, and in some instances, for some companies, billions of dollars for office space, for equipment, for all types of things, and they cannot just return that money or sell those things to get their money back. Some of these companies have actually built campuses, and for them to get the use out of the property, for the property to generate income, they need you in the building.
Orlando, well, we're doing the same thing outside, so we're still generating their income.
But what about the cafeterias? What about the gift shops? What about all this other stuff that isn't in there? If nobody's in the building, you can't sell to ghosts. You know how when you go into the cafeteria and you're using your card, where their companies make money off of that too. There's actually employees who work there. They don't have a job now because no one is in the building. And all of that stuff works together. Now, I know what you guys are thinking.
Oh, Orlando, that's small, that's small, that's small, that's small.
But not to a big company, it isn't. They want you to come back so that they can use all of that amenities and make money off of those things too.
It's funny because it's true.
And believe it or not, it really is a big amount of money at the end of the day. It may be small to you because you're looking at just the one lunch you buy or the one gift that you buy just on a Christmas or anniversary or a birthday. But if you combine all of that revenue, I can promise you it is significant, the amount of money that these companies are making for you being in the building at the site facility than you not being there. And these companies know this. This time last year, companies big and small were gearing up for a push to bring back workers back to the office after Labor Day. The same thing is happening now, but this time the bosses really mean it, probably which could set companies up for a clash with the workers, experts say. For employers, they need to understand the tide has turned, said Scott. Employees still have the upper hand in a white-hot labor market. This demand for flexibility among employees, no longer just a request, will likely have a direct impact on their hiring retention effort, which also directly impacts a company's bottom line. But here's the thing. I agree with this guy from Indeed. Here is the thing. A lot of the job market labor stuff, and we have seen it, and I did a video on this earlier, is a lot of people working these 2 to 3 jobs and basically collecting these jobs to make ends meet. We know inflation is high. We know things are much higher than they were before, and the income is staying the same. So we have individuals working 2 to 3 jobs just to make ends meet. And it's making this job market look like it's just, you can just drop your job right now and get the exact same job or higher tomorrow. And if you truly do believe that, then why haven't we seen a lot of people just quit their jobs and just jump over? It's not that easy. A lot of these jobs that are these white hot jobs that are just available to everyone, these are the jobs that are these labor intensive service jobs, hospitality, working at Walmart, Amazon workers, stuff like that. A lot of labor intensive. We're not talking about these high paid salary jobs like an engineer or, a veterinarian or whatever it may be. These jobs, it's not those type of jobs, guys. It's not. You will be fooled into believing that there's that many jobs in those high-end salary jobs. It's not. It's not. It's going to be tough and hard for you if you are getting paid a really good salary. Let's say you're getting paid $80,000. You think that you quit your job right now and you can go get a job for 120? Or do you think you can quit your job and get a job for 110? Most people do.
I don't know. I think that's a bit dodgy, mate.
Hence the leverage that these employees think that they have when they think,
You know what? You won't fire me because you need me. You need me. You know why? Because I can go get a job tomorrow with your competitor and make almost 30 to 40% more.
sounds crazy, right? When I lay it out like that, it sounds nuts. But that is what the job market right now has created. And it creates employees who believe that they can jump ship at any time and gain significant amount of income. Significant. We're not talking 5%, guys. We're talking 20, 30, 40% people believe they can gain in income when it comes to what's name. But the data shows that income is stagnant. Hence the reason why people are working 2 to 3 jobs just to make ends meet. I don't want you quitting your job and you being unemployed and you thinking that,
oh, in 2023, I will just, re-get another job and then I'll get approved for a home.
I just want you to know it doesn't work that way. And you're setting yourself up for failure. If you believe you can do that, and for you making that decision, the reason why you made the decision to quit your job was because of remote work. They took remote work for you, so you decided, I'm not going to work for this company anymore. Now, with that being said, I know someone in the comic section is going to tell me I jumped 5 jobs over and I got remote work every single time, or I know someone's going to say that. But here's the thing. Like I said, guys, make sure you do your research before you do this, because quitting your job because of remote work may not be in your best interest. Maybe, just maybe, going back into the job, maybe going back to the office is the best thing you can do, because you want to purchase this home when things get crazy and not get declined because you haven't worked for 6 months. Because remember, tax returns are looked at to approve you for a home, guys. Once again, I hope you got value out of this content, guys. I'm gonna need you to watch this next video here. It will help you learn everything about this crazy housing market. Also get into your first rental property. Check in the description below. We have some useful links, membership program, and get your free credit report. I will see you in the next one, guys. Thanks.